Daniel 7, this time verse 6, in order to learn about the third beast that he saw in his vision. After this I looked, and behold, another, like a leopard, with 4 wings of a fowl on its back. And the beast had 4 heads, and dominion was given to it. Some translations will just say 4 wings of a bird. I know in my ESV it says bird, but I changed it to fowl because if you actually look in the Aramaic, it is fowl. And I think New King James may even say fowl. And that's important for the symbolism that it's not just the wings of any kind of bird, it's 4 wings of a fowl. Because in modern day times, the country that's represented by a leopard is Germany, and the country that's represented by a fowl, specifically a rooster, is France. So if we're looking at the third beast, it would be primarily Germany, but it would have some sort of alliance, affiliation, assistance from France. And there's a long history between Germany and France. And I'm going to relate those to the 4 heads because the 4 heads, as I just said a moment ago, often represents kings or kingdoms. Okay, so when we think about Germany, what did Hitler refer to his reign over Nazi Germany? He referred to it as the Third Reich. Reich is German for kingdom. So he saw himself establishing and heading up a third German empire, a third German kingdom. So if Germany in this particular image of Daniel's vision has 4 heads, then Hitler and Nazi Germany would have been the third head. So we need to talk about, well, what were the 2 heads before him and what would be the 4th head that came after him? So from what I could find about the history of Germany is that the first Reich would have been the Holy Roman Empire from 800 AD to 1806 AD. Now, again, the dynamic, the history between Germany and France was Napoleon of France is who officially defeated and ended the Holy Roman Empire in 1806. So what ended the First Reich was France defeating it. The Second Reich started in 1870, and again, it was after a war with France, this time with France being defeated. So when we look at the end of the First Reich is when France defeated Germany, but the start of the Second Reich is with Germany then defeating France. And that is what established the German Empire, which lasted from 1870 to 1919. So think about 1919, we're now getting into World War I period, right? Well, part of what happened to Germany being defeated in World War I is that the sanctions that were put up against it is actually what set the stage for Hitler to rise and establish the Third Reich, which was Nazi Germany, and it was officially in power from 1933 to 1945, which is during the Second World War. And part of what Hitler did was invaded France and truly defeated France. And if it hadn't have been for the United States stepping in, then France would not have stood a chance. They were defeated by Germany. So again, this dynamic between France and Germany giving bookmarks, or not bookmarks, bookends to the Reichs, I think is really reinforcing the relationship between the leopard and then the rooster or the fowl wings. So the First Reich ended because France defeated it. The Second Reich started because Germany defeated France. Then it ended because of World War I. And then it started in 1933. And during that time, once again, it defeated France. Okay, so here we go back and forth. So what would the Fourth Reich be? What's that 4th head? What I found that I think is really compelling, okay, is that after World War II, France and Germany co-sponsored, co-established the European Coal and Steel Commission. If you follow historically what happens from that commission, it ultimately results in the European Union. So when we're looking at the Fourth Reich, What I saw was the hypothesis or the theory that the Fourth Reich is happening right now, and it's the European Union.